It's a very contrarian view.
It's so where it comes from for me is I was at the time I didn't feel so lucky. I used to be really frustrated, but back in like 2019, 2020, I had a client at an agency I was working at then who, for whatever reason, just didn't want to update their creative. It was like I was working for just a very classic old school marketing manager who was just all about brand. She was like, no, we worked really hard getting the brand right, getting the message right. I just want to run this creative. And even if I wanted to update it, I don't have the budget. So you stuck with this same creative on
Yeah.
Meta for the foreseeable future. And what I noticed was that we ran the same creative for 12 months, the same audience for 12 months. Like I would, pause ads sometimes and sometimes tweak copy, but for the most part, it was exactly the same images. And I noticed that one month click-through rate would go up, the next month it would go down. And so some people will see that and say, oh, that's ad fatigue. But then the
Mhm.
next month it would go back up again. And then the next month it would go even higher. And then the following month it would come down a little bit. And what I realized was it was really just following the trend of demand. So this was a real estate company. So they typically will sell more houses and have more people interested in property like through the summer months. And so
Right.
it was like, okay, so right up until summer, it looked like we had ad fatigue and we were aggressively pitching them new creative. And then suddenly I couldn't pitch new creative anymore because performance was going through the roof. And so that's why I think a little bit more counter to the average performance marketer, because there are so many other examples where I've seen that happen in ad platforms that what you think of when you're only looking at things in short look back windows is you will think something is a performance dip when it's just demand, and that's it's literally how markets work. And so that's why I think about it a little differently.